What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be another ranked ladder video utilizing the jewelry Bonney strategy. So as you can tell, if you've watched my previous videos, I switched up the list just the littlest of bit. I think it looks a lot cleaner now. Actually, and this is not the deck I was playing for these videos, actually. Yeah, so I think the main switch is that I took out the 9-drop Zoro and put in a 4th kid. There were just a lot of spots that 9-drop Zoro doesn't do a lot. And like even if it does a lot, it's an extremely high risk play to play into a late game board because it's so easily removable. Whereas like Kid combined with Corazon or just Kid by itself does something on play in terms of like forcing your opponent to attack into it, and then like they can't kill it, so they have to commit to it. Dofi also does stuff on play, so it's just the on play value is what I've really missed out of the Zoro. Like obviously Zoro's crazy, but I just never found a lot of situations where I'm willing to actually play it, and it results in being a brick in hand. Plus, it's unsearchable, so I just felt like Kid, a 4th Kid, and it's not like I didn't test it a lot. You can see that I tested, like in all my previous videos, I tested the 9-drop Zoro a ton, at different copies as well. So, and every time I had it in hand, I would just start to think, okay, what if this was Kid? And like I don't want to say like 90%, but maybe like 70% or something of the time, it would be better as Kid. So I just made the full commit switch and testing it out for a while, and I kind of like it. The other switch that you see in this list is that I'm not playing the 5-drop jewelry Bonney. In the videos, I believe I'm playing the 1 copy, but recently I've cut it to play another 2K counter searchable off of the Baby 5. Not only just to even out the numbers a little bit, but also it's just Bonney's just another one of those cards where I don't feel like I'm playing it a lot. Playing it a lot down. There's just not a lot of matchups. Maybe I'm just wrong and I don't see the value in it. I just don't see how it's that good. And like I just want to make my deck as streamlined as possible to do the same thing over and over and just be as consistent as possible. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I should just play the utility cards, like the one-ofs. But I'm testing this version right now. It seems like good on paper, like it looks great to me, and it incorporates pretty much all of my ideas that I've had with the deck so far into one strategy. Like I can make an argument for why every card is in here at the copy it's in. But either way, enough talking about that. Let's get into the ranked games here.
What's your rate, man?
So going to start out with a Foxy game. I have no clue what these cards do. But so it's great to play against it when it doesn't really matter. It's just ladder, low ladder. So I'm still in the low ladder. Recently, after making this video, I've grinded up to, I think I'm a 7 warlords now, like the high 300s or something, low 200s. So I grinded quite a bit up from just the low ranked ladder, getting there. Still grinding. But I'm just gonna play a Bonney, search a Cavan or a Basil Hawkins past turn, and my opponent's gonna go Porsche into Bon Clay, which pretty good. I'm gonna play the Rogue and gain a Dawn after swinging into their life. I'm gonna go 5, and I'm just gonna tap this Bon Clay to out it next turn. And yep, potentially counter, but I actually take it. They're gonna Magellan me, which Magellan is really good against Bonney. So that sucks, but I will be able to kill this Bon Clay at the very least, and then play my Cavendish, use my Bonney's effect, and take a 2K counter. And now I can go 5 into this Bon Clay, and potentially 6 at life. I won't be losing the Dawn or anything, so the only issue is opening up my Urug for an attack. So I just pass. They're going to play the Capote, which is Dawn -1, freeze a 6 or less. They can't attack the next turn. Kind of annoying, but that does put 2 Foxy bodies on his field for his leader ability. So I won't be able to get my Cavendish next turn, but that's whatever. They're going to go 8. I'm going to tap the Porsche so that I can swing into it and try to get the Foxys off the board so that they can't use their leader ability. They're going to pass turn. I'm just going to swing 5 into this Porsche. 5 into the Porsche, and then play the Basil Hawkins after using my Bonney ability because I'm going to get the Dom back with Urog anyway. I do take the 5-drop Bonney there. And they're going to play out the 7-drop Foxy on curve, swing, and then Dom -3 to freeze my Urog and my leader. I will use my leader's ability and tap something here. Probably the Porsche to try and remove the Foxys off the board once again. And let that go. So the 7-drop Foxy is going to allow them to -1000 to all of my characters' attack on my turn, so that's super annoying. But as you can see, they only have 4 cards in hand, and I'm sitting with a library. So I'm not too worried. I just need to, focus on board. I will play the kid here, swing 5 into the Porsche, get 2 Dawn back. They're gonna 1k counter that. I can go 8 into the Porsche. Virtually guarantee its death. And don't actually. They're gonna double 2k so they can keep 3 Foxys on the board. Questionable. It's kind of the issue with Foxy is that you got to keep those 3 bodies on the board. So if they have another 7-drop Foxy, that would obviously really suck. But they don't. They're going to raise you, draw 2 cards. And then play Capote and freeze my Cavendish. They're going to swing 5 into the kid so they could use their ability and freeze my Basil and my leader. I'm going to tap the Foxy 7-drop so that I can swing into it next turn. And stop this annoying ass -1000 on my turn. So I'm going to go 9 into the Foxy. It dies, thankfully. Unfortunately, my Cavendish still can't attack, but we have other plays. I think I'm going to play Hody probably. Arguably, no real need to play Hody. His board isn't that intimidating at all. He doesn't have the 3rd Foxy anymore, so it's whatever. But I do tap those 2 characters so that I can clear another Foxy and just pass turn with 1 Dawn standing. I was just trying to figure out why my Cavendish can attack, but then I rate Capote again. And then they're going to play Porsche, Dawn -1, look at the top 5, find a Foxy, and then play a 4000 or less. Let's see what they take. They're going to draw a Capote, play a Capote, -1 to freeze probably the Cavendish. And then they can go 5 into the kid and freeze my Basil and leader once again. And I'm just going to tap the Porsche, and they're going to have to pass turn. They can't swing because of kid. Arguably could just get rid of this Cavendish. It's not really doing much of anything. So I'm just going to kill the Porsche, keep them off the Foxy, and now I can start swinging at life, and the opponent just concedes because they see the writing on the wall. Fair enough. Going into the next game, it's going to be against an Enel player. I'm going to mulligan my hand. Let's see what my hand was. I'm going first, so not really anything good to go first with. I'd have to wait till 5 Dawn to actually do anything. So I actually mulligan this hand, and I get You know, relatively similar hand. That's how the sim works. You just always get the same cards for some reason. But a little bit better because I have the Searcher and a Hody. So I'm just going to use that Searcher. They're actually going to not swing into the Searcher, which is weird. But I'm just going to do it again. And probably not doing anything else because I don't want to play into Gidatsu. And I also don't want to give them a card. So they're finally going to swing into the baby 5 and then play a 6-drop 8K Momonosuke. So they're on the vanillas, obviously. Not everyone is. But the 8K is pretty annoying. I will go into a baby 5, grab a second 10-drop, and then play my Bartolomeo. So 100% just should have played the Bartolomeo first and then baby 5. So massive misplay on my end. I would be able to draw 1, discard 1. Instead of just search. So yeah, I need to get used to playing with the Bartolomeo. I still, you know, it's like one of those like passive effects that you don't really think about until you get the main strategy of the deck down. I'm gonna play my Hody Jones here so that I can pressure board, get cards out of their hands. Gonna swing 6 into this Gidatsu, and then 8 into the Gidatsu if he saves it, 8 into the Momo if he doesn't. Pass turn with the Dawn Standing, and I can go 10-drop next turn, so sitting pretty, if that's a saying, I guess. They're gonna go 8 into the Hody. I'm just gonna tap the leader and 2K out of that because I don't want to give up my Corazon. They will be able to Yamato the Hody anyway because there's 8 life sitting on the field, so that's kind of annoying. But I do have the kid, so I can actually take some hits here. Decide to go 5 at life, and you know, just so that another Yamato can't kill my kid whenever I actually do play it, and then I just 10-drop. You know, one of the conundrums of the deck is that you can't go. It's like hard to go kid Corazon before you 10-drop because then you won't be able to put any Dawn on your kid after you 10-drop. So, just gonna play it out first. Obviously, unless you have Cavendish or something. I'm gonna go 10 into the 8K. See if he'll give me 2 cards, and he does. So that's good for me. Decide not to swing and just play another 10-drop, I think. You know, like I said, I can wait on this kid, and I have a ton of counter in hand. And just gonna freeze the Momo and Enel once again. Obviously won't be able to do my leader effect, which sucks, but you know, they could definitely potentially kill this Dofi if they want to take off a turn. They could go like, they could even go like 13 into it and then Raigo or something, which I would counter out of that probably, but they're gonna go Flampe, you know, getting close to a Raigo, so they got 6 Dawn up, so I definitely just need to counter out of this and let them kill the other one. And they don't actually have the Raigo, so that's huge. That was really scary. So I don't get Raigo'd. They just play another Momonosuke. I'm going to go 10 into the 8K. They let it go. 10 into the 9K, and they 2K. And then I'm just going to play my kid with my Corazon. They're actually going to snap Katakuri the kid to the bottom. I do have another one in hand, but it's not a big deal anyway. I do rip a Hody. That's fucking crazy right here. Because I really need to start taking some life so that I can set up my kid. And it's just, you know, a huge body that can contest board rather than life. I'm going to go 11 into this Yamato after tapping it. See if they'll give me 2 cards. I'll go down to 3. They don't, and I can now clear this Momo pretty safely by going 9-10 into it. They actually don't take it, and I'm just going to pass, not give them a life. And they do accidentally, pause. They do accidentally skip their turn, and I'm just thinking of what they could have done. It seems like it's cooked. Like their Yamato isn't doing much. They can't kill the Hody with it. They can't gain a life with it. Like they could definitely Raigo, but they won't. They'll have to burn a life to do it. And then I just have to follow up. So it definitely would have been a game. Definitely would have been some sort of game. but I mean, my pressure was pretty high. I'm just gonna, you know, clear these two, wait to clear these two, see what happens, you know, whatever. But you know, you never know what could have went down because they accidentally conceded. So we'll go into the next one against another Enel player. I'm actually going to keep this because I'm going second and I have the Basil. The Basil is huge and like 10 drops, one of the best cards in the matchup. So I get another Basil. Basil's once again one of the best cards. And I grab another one because, you know, Basil's one of the best cards in the matchup. They're going to kill the Bonney and pass. I'm just going to swing into the Flampe, play my Urog, pass turn. They could definitely Gadatsu this, but they don't have it, so they're going to Shirahoshi, draw 3, trash 2. Another reason not to swing there is because if I put them at 2 life, they can just Rocket Luffy on curve, and that's super annoying. I go to 6 now. I'm just going to play my Basil Hawkins and get a Dawn back. Basil's obviously crazy. I mean, Raigo definitely fucks it, but then, you know, they'd have to tap out everything. They're going to go play another Vanilla here. Or play a Vanilla. The last person was also on the Vanillas. They're gonna go 6. I'll take that one as to like remove their ability, or you know, make Yamato less impactful. I'm just gonna play another Basil, so I might as well go 9 into this Parasparrow. They're gonna 2K obviously, but then I can just play another Basil. They're gonna go 11 into it. I'm just gonna tap the Urog because it's the most vulnerable card on the field, and I don't necessarily need its effect anymore. So I can do a pretty sick play. I can go like Cavendish into Basil, but I decided to actually contest the board with my double Basil here and make him discard cards rather than putting up Cavendish Basil. And now I can play my Hody and swing into the Parasparrow if I wanted to, but I'm just gonna play the Basil. If he didn't let that go, then I probably definitely play the Hody and swing into it again. They're going to Yamato and try to kill my Basil, but I guess they don't know what it does. Even though there's 3 of them on the field, you probably should read what it does. And I just tapped the Parasparrow. And they're going to go 6. I could free block, and I do. I'm going to tap the Yamato. Now I can just go straight up 10 drop, and it's massive value because they misplayed so unbelievably hard. So now I can just start punishing them, go 5, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, if they take that one, no reason to 7. And they beige it anyway, so they wasted a beige because I wasn't going to swing anyway because of their leader ability. So, you know, whatever. Opponent making some silly misplays, but it is ranked, so. They're just going to play Shirahoshi. I'm going to play my Hody, tap a Dawn, tap the Shirahoshi, and just start pressuring life super hard here. 7, 7, and I win. They have quadruple ace and a Yamato in hand, so yeah. Let's go into the list before we end off the video here. Once again, in this video I was playing the 5-drop Bonney, so maybe in the next series of videos they might be gone. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look at the videos, what I got recorded so far. But yeah, either way, GG's to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.